Hi again. Yep, I'm putting out the smoke. Sorry. Sorry that if I let you guys down with that. Doesn't mean I still can't quit again. I did it before for like years. Um, I'm really bloated. I'm really puffy today. Not feeling strong in any kind of a confidence game. But without any further ado, here's the poem. I wrote it because I found out the other day was International Women's Day, whatever that means. And so I had a few things to say about it. Celebrating being a woman on this silly, contrived day, celebrating the certainty of waking up female, with all that we find spectacular and all we find banal. But we forgot, or did we forget, what it means to let Mother Earth give birth to us, as we too often grind against the very thing that holds us back, with a constant craving for all that we lack, to bring forth the voice of a whole new being while silencing our own. And what is it to be a woman anyway? Who gets to define whether we give birth to new life or not? It doesn't diminish our shine. Womanhood has nothing and yet everything to do with birth. It is the endless push and pull cycle, the yin and yang cooperation with the act of creation, and all that creating entails. The inhalation, exhalation, the sweat on the exhausted brow of all kinds of labor, laboring for equality, for choice, for a voice, to have 10 children or none, and still you bring forth the squalling newness of art, of expression, of love, of dance, paintings, and poetry and music. To create is female in nature. You, man, you start it and take part in it. You grunt for a few seconds and provide it. You, if you are good, defend and protect it. Thank you. Most sincerely, I mean that. But we grow them. We share our bodies, our beings, we feed them. Truly the fruit of our own bodies, sacred. We will never choose you over them. Sorry. But thank you. No, really. This is written on like a little notepad. But you will never know the all in all encompassing enormity of that love, the breathless, raw fierceness of it, almost frightening in its power. A tidal wave, holy and whole. To be a woman is singular, cellular, solar, and archaic. We dance, we undulate in a ritual of power, laughing while crying, singing, living, overcoming, dying. Because feminist or not, we know we hold the seed and the secret. While men think they have the power, their semi-erect fingers on the pulse of global annihilation, while we mere females hold the throb and the thrum. Ovaries both ripe and dying, still bearing fruit for the hungry mouths of generations yet to come. This was not very polished, and I do apologize for that. Kind of just a rambling stream of consciousness while I was sitting there waiting for my laundry. A little bit of existential angst there, because it was such a fabricated holiday, Women's Day. Every day we're women, right? We're supposed to support each other and uplift and uphold each other. And it's a nice ideal to aspire to, but so often it does not happen. In my experience, it has not really happened. I have been feeling very melancholy lately, not just because of work stress and feeling kind of burned out, but just all this kind of cult stuff that still keeps coming up. Things I occasionally share on Facebook, which leads to controversial conversations, and finding out that the son of a friend of mine is involved in that Muji cult. I think he's like a Jamaican guy turned Indian guru, who also, pretty much calls himself the Messiah. And then that's like another whole thing. And then I wound up watching Leaving Neverland, which really triggered me badly in many ways. I'm not sure if you guys feel that Michael Jackson was a pedophile or not. I know at this point there's really no way to prove anything, but I just found the allegations disturbing, and I've never been a big fan of his anyway, but I don't know, it got me thinking about power and fame and wealth and money and what it does to people, and people with horrible childhoods who then transpose it onto other people, and the cycle of abuse just never really stops. Um, what else did that recently like triggered me? There was three things. I kind of forget now, but I'm mentally tired. I'm mentally exhausted. I do suffer from bipolar, and I ran out of meds recently. I'm not even on a strong antidepressant. I'm on Cymbalta really for fibromyalgia pain and for my constant headaches, but it's not an SSRI. It's an SNRI, selective norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor. Um, and I'm just kind of all over the place. You'd think that after like 4 to 5 years, I'd be used to the symptoms of menopause, for instance, and but it wreaks havoc with me emotionally, also because of my fluctuating thyroid levels. Um, and Heather, if you're listening to this, I know you understand how that all goes. You have a different form of it. I think you have Graves, and I have Hashimoto's, which I think I've mentioned to you guys before. But it means that my body sends out constant antibodies to my own thyroid gland. It's like I'm allergic to my thyroid, and it's kind of being destroyed. So, fun. And like these days I feel lonely, but then I wind up being glad I'm alone because I wouldn't want to subject myself onto anybody. And um, yeah, so that was my poem. And I'll come back on later for yet another video and talk a little bit more about the cult. If you want some background into it before I start telling you my experiences, you can look up Who is Brother Julius on YouTube. It's a 3 or 4 part like mini-series documentary type thing that was aired in 1993. So it's old, and you can tell from the way that the filming is and everything, but that was the cult leader, and that was what I was subjected to from the ages of 5 all the way to 26, when I left it on my own with no support, and it was just me and my daughter, and I was trying to save her from possible and probable molestation, because my young niece was being molested right under my roof, I found out. Not by Julius, by someone else in the cult, but he was complicit and he stayed silent, and there was a lot of various types of abuses going on. But I'll talk more about that later if you're interested. Okay? See you guys later. Bye. Thanks for listening.